In this video, I am going to be showing you how to turn the free version of Airtable into a CRM that competes with HighLevel, HubSpot, and generate you thousands of dollars. Doesn't matter what your service is or your product is. Using Airtable as a CRM is a great alternative if you don't want to waste the money paying $100 plus for HighLevel or whatever the current HubSpot subscription is. Now, it should be noted, of course, HubSpot does have a free version, but you don't get all the full power out of it without paying. So this tier of Airtable is completely free. I'm not paying for anything. And as you can see here, we have the client dashboard. Oh, let it load in for a second. I had it sitting here for a few hours while I was doing something and it in. So the client dashboard, you have the appointments and orders, overview, business types, calendar, everything right here, right? Now, this is pretty much what the average CRM looks like. If you're using Google Sheets, hopefully you're not, you can have that same format over here, but you have the ability to format it a little differently or have the interface look more appeasing. There's no reason to pay $100. There's no reason to pay $400 for a HighLevel subscription. Now, I do recommend HighLevel if you have the money for it, but if you don't, this is a great alternative and it works just as good. Now, the main power of HighLevel is the fact that it has automations like for voice agents, it has automations for chatbots. What else? You can book clients and like workflows and all that. But you can do that same thing here with Airtable instead of in. Now, the reason why this is one of my favorite videos I'm going to make is because, for one, it's practical for anybody. If you can't afford HighLevel, you can have the same capabilities from all the automations, the workflows, everything using Airtable and a free local hosting of in. So getting straight into it, this is a in workflow for, is this the service one? No, this is the appointment booker. So the first thing we're going to do is fill out this form that I made using Gemini. It's a web app. You can come over here, or you just type this in, give it the webhook, and you can create a form similar to whatever you need for your business. So we'll go ahead, go back over here, hit, let's just do this one for right now. All right, started the workflow. Come over here. Oh, there we go. Hit schedule appointment. There we go. So now, once that comes through, okay, so boom. Once someone fills out your form on your website, whatever, and if you have it pointed towards your webhook inside of in, it's going to populate your entire workflow with the name, email, appointment date, all that. And then from here, what we did was we simply just took all the fills that we needed from the webhook, and then we took that and we made it into fields that we can use later on down the workflow. The next node is going to be to get the current date and the current time. And then the second one, which is also the same exact node, but it's going to get the difference between the date that they filled out the form and whenever they want to make the appointment for it. So we come over here, boom, 4.2 days. But really, it's going to be like 4 days. So what we're going to do is come over here into the code node, which pretty much simplifies whatever this number is right here. So it takes it and it rounds it down to, whatever it needs to be. Let's go ahead and run it for an example. And then boom, 4 days. Now we have a Zoom node. You can replace this with whatever calendar you want to use. If it's Zoom, Google Meet, you can, connect to your calendar and get that figured out. But in here, what we did was we connected a credential. If you don't know how to do that, it's not that hard. You have to go to the Zoom marketplace and get that set up with the credentials. Come over here. We pulled over the client name from this right here. We pulled it over, placed it in right there. That way it's dynamic for whoever signs up. Their first name is going to be Night is meeting, Maple meeting, whatever. Then down here, we took the start date or the appointment date for the meeting to set it up and create it. So now we run this, boom, there you go. The appointment is now created. I'm not going to show you inside because it might be a little confidential, but we now have the meeting set up completely from this entire workflow. And now we go over here, boom, go inside the Airtable. The
contact has been created. The record has been created. So the client name. So you come back over here. I ran this earlier, so I don't know if it's gonna. This is just a simple Airtable that I made over in the Omni AI. So you can pretty much go in there, type what you want. It'll spin up a base, which is pretty much this right here, the CRM for you. I should have made this a little bit more clear on what I needed though. So anyway, this is the one I did earlier. This is the one from just now. Yeah, it's a little bit mixed up because it's taking orders and appointments, which should not be happening because that doesn't make any sense, but you get the idea. So come over here, you can populate all this. Where is it? So you can add the appointment date, clients, all that. Just for this video, I'm just keeping it simple. If I was really going to use this for production, I would come in here and separate appointments and orders. This is the calendar for it. So I go over here, hit next month, boom. No, right here. So yeah, it works extremely well. You can get the app for your phone, the app for your laptop, desktop, whatever, and it'll work just like a regular CRM. So come back over here. From there, it's going to send a Gmail. Open this up. Pretty simple email. Let's go ahead and run it. So yeah, hey Nidus, can't wait to speak to you on the appointment date. See you soon. Please be sure to have any questions ready that you might have. All right. Then from there, so after you send that, right? So after you do that, it's going to wait the 4 days. Now the 4 days comes from the appointment time, because over here we got the rounded date, which is the difference between today and the appointment date. So it's gonna be 4 days to the appointment. And this right here pretty much waits until that 4 days is up. That way they can send the reminder for that same day saying, hey, the appointment is today. Let's go ahead and run it. Let's not run it actually. This is gonna be 4 days for 4 seconds. Okay, never mind. So let's go. Wait 4 seconds. And there we go. So now we open this up. Hey Nidus, can't wait to speak to you on, oh no, this is incorrect. This is incorrect, hold on. Today, hey Nidus, today is our appointment. I made a mistake and you are going to see me fix it live in action. So what we're going to do is change this email from a simple, I copied and pasted the note over because it's going to be the same exact thing. But what we're going to do is say, hey Nidus, today is our appointment you made on actually, is this the right, this is the best, hold on, is this the best field to take? There might be a better one. Created at does that look the exact same? Pretty much the exact same thing. So we're going to go ahead and take it from here because it's probably going to be more accurate. If you're using the current day and current time, I'm honestly not sure if after the 3 days it's going to take the time from, or the day from that day of the workflow, or when the workflow started for that specific client. So what we're going to do is going to go ahead and go in here and just take it from here instead. Okay, the appointment you made on, no, that's also not correct. I just pulled the wrong one. Hold on. Can't wait to see you on, there we go. The appointment you created, boom. See you soon, there we go. Send this one instead, boom. Now I was gonna wait 3 days because realistically, this email meant that the meeting was happening today. So now we're gonna wait 3 days to follow up and say, hey Nidus, just wanted to follow up after our previous discussion and fill something out. Again, every build I make is very low. Literally gonna wait 3 days. Okay, so stop it. But yeah, so every build that I make is going to be very generic in terms of customization, because I'm not going to do something super custom to the point where someone watching this video can't follow it and apply it to whatever their business is. Because if I made this for my business, which is a AI automation agency, if you need help building anything, click the link down below, book a free call. We can set something up, sit down, talk for 15-20 minutes and figure out the best solution for you and your business, go over all your pain points and figure out how we can save you more time, more money, and get back to focusing on your outside relationships. But if I made it for that reason, like for my business, it wouldn't be applied to a lawyer or a real estate agent or an e-com store, because it's too customized for me. And if you're not super technical, you're not going to be able to break down everything that I did and change it around for yourself. So for that reason, I try to make it as generic as possible. That way, the only thing you really have to come in here and do is change out this basic wording, which anyone can do. So again, super simple, super basic. Now this is the workflow for service businesses for appointment setting. Now I'm going to go over to the second workflow to show you exactly how to create the Ecomm workflow for, what was it? Order status. So to let people know, okay, your package is being shipped out, it's not ready yet, it's processed, shipped, whatever, delivered, all that. So see you in a second. All right, here we are. Now this one is extremely simple. Right, let's go back to the Airtable. Gotta find it now. Hold on. Okay, so I think I have to tell the Omni to put it over in their interfaces unless I'm looking at the wrong thing. But I don't feel like figuring it out because who has time for that? So I'm gonna come over here instead. And again, inside the Airtable, you have both views. It's not stuck to the interface and it's not stuck to the basic spreadsheet style. So this workflow is set up so when anytime a order status is updated, it could be let me go back, canceled, pending, shipped, processing, etc. Whenever that happens, it'll trigger this entire workflow. So let's go ahead and try it out. Let's say this went from pending to processing. Boom, there we go. Then we come back over here, hit go ahead and run this. So boom, we did that. Now we can come over here. We already have the records actually, so there's no reason to really get this second Airtable, but just in case, so we only get the correct one that came through, we can go ahead and test that. Yeah, same exact thing. So we didn't really need to do that, but we can come in here, do this. Hold on. Only return. Making a lot of edits mid-video because I tried to rush through because I'm low on time, but that is okay. Let me see. Only return.
Only return the exact example above in your generation. No dialogue. Nothing.
Yeah, I'm not wasting my time. I'm not going to try it. So boom, there we go. Now, hi Mabel, great news. Your order, boom, is ready, and then you send that out. And then that way, every time you go into the CRM, you make an update, it will automatically go ahead and send an email, let them know. Again, you don't need to pay thousands and thousands or hundreds of dollars a month for a simple CRM that works amazing. So if you need something like this for your own business setup, regardless if you're a service business, e-com, whatever, make sure you click the link down below in the description. Book a free call. You can sit down again 15-20 minutes, talk about your exact need, and come up with a custom solution to help you save time, money, and get back to focusing on outside relationships. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate you.